Hello my lovely friends and welcome to another video. Today is very exciting as I am going to be setting up a new journal. I'm not going to show you a flip through of my 2025 journal just yet, as the year is not actually yet finished, so I might still have a few books left to log in. This is actually one of the few times that my physical journal has ended on the new year. With my reading journal, I prefer to continue in the same notebook until the notebook is complete. I don't tend to start a new book with each new year, as I don't like having space left over. However, as I only have 5 single pages left in my 2025 reading journal, and I still have books to read and the end of year spreads to do, it just felt like it was the perfect time for a new journal. This year, as you can see, I am trying something a bit different. I have had 3 reading journals to this point, and they have all been A5. I really like the A5 size. It is my go-to for notebooks across purposes. My daily journal is A5, my media log is, my planner is, and so are the notebooks I use for writing. Oh, for anyone who is new here, hello, I am Katie Kay. I am a debut author. My fantasy novel Red Witch is coming out at the end of September 2026. The ebooks are available to pre-order now, the links are below, and the pre-orders for the physical editions will be going live after Christmas. Anyway, after that shameless plug, as I was saying, I usually go for A5. However, earlier this year I bought these beautiful Traveller's Notebook from Notebook Therapy, and it's so pretty. I really love it. It has books on it, so what else could I use it for but as a reading journal? I have never had a traveller size notebook like this before, so I actually have no idea how I'm going to make it work, but I wanted to try. It's going to be quite a change having so much space in my A5 to this, but I'm hoping that it will also help when I'm writing out my thoughts and to kind of not feel so intimidated by the white space. You know, there are some books that you read and you just don't have a lot to say about them. They're not bad enough that you want to rant about your wasted time, nor were they good enough that you wanted to gush over the characters. They were just alright. And as a reader, alright books are what you want. However, as kind of like a journaler, it can make the page look a bit sad. So having, so much noticeable space. So the smaller note journal might fix that, and if I have a book that I really love, I could either maybe stick in a page or go across multiple pages. If you've watched my previous reading journal videos, you'll know that I like to do what I call a mood board spread for books that I really love. These are basically like Pinterest boards, inspired pages, kind of like, so it has like pictures and washi and stickers and images that make me think of the book that I've just read. These are my favourite spreads to make. I just love them, and I will leave even a link to a playlist that I've recently made all about my reading journal videos, so do have a look if you have no idea what I'm going on about. I was worried that the smaller page space would kind of ruin my mood board spreads, as there'd be less space for images, but the pages kind of aren't as small as I thought they were in my head. I might just have to shrink the images that I use, but I don't think it'll be a problem. I guess this is something I we'll see as we go along and move into 2026. I've just realised that I've not actually explained what it is I'm doing right now. When it comes to setting up my new journal, I don't have many spreads that I need to do. I'm not someone who sets up a lot of pages at the start of my journal, so these are mostly decorative. Last year I experimented with having a couple of functional pages at the start of the new year. I put in a series tracker, a physical TBR tracker, a manga tracker and a Bookish bingo, and I only used the Bookish bingo. I ended up moving the trackers into my digital reading journal that I have on Notion, as I just didn't use them in my physical journal. I actually might print out those Notion pages and put them into my past journal so that those pages aren't just blank, but because of this I'm not going to include any of these into my new journal other than the book bingo. But first we just have to decorate this nameplate page, and as you might be able to tell, I went into this without a plan. I just took out some washi that I liked and got my stickers and press record. No planning, no checking to see what colours matched, just none of that. This was just pure put down what I like and see what it works. And honestly, that is how I like to journal. I find that if I try and plan things out too much, I get stressed and tend to lean into that kind of dangerous, perfectionist way of thinking. Whereas if I just give myself the freedom to play, I can create something fun that I enjoy. It may not be the most put together, it might not have a theme, but it's very me, and I think that's quite important to stress actually here on YouTube, because there are a lot of amazing journaling and reading journaling creators on here, and I think whilst their videos can offer a lot of inspiration, they can also add a little pressure to us when we are creating our own journals. Your journal doesn't have to be perfectly put together. You don't have to study colour theory or have themes. Just enjoy it. It's your journal. No one has to see it. I show you mine simply because I like to, but equally this isn't a solely journaling channel, so I could stop or just not show you the pages that I don't want you to see. And I think it's important, especially during the new journal season, to focus on making your journals and your journaling practice for you and not be too influenced by what we see online. A bit of a ramble there anyway, but I love bookish stickers, and personally I can think of no better place to use them than in my reading journal. These spreads end up with such an odd mix of washi tapes and stickers, but that's part of the fun, and I think they somehow do kind of work. I don't really remember where all these stickers are from. I think a lot of them are from Notebook Therapy, but some of them are from a random set I got off Amazon ages ago, and a couple are from Etsy. Truthfully, Etsy is where I get most of my stickers. I love finding artists who make their own stickers and also finding small businesses that sell Japanese stickers. It can be a bit of time and searching, but I do recommend giving Etsy a look if you're searching for some new stickers. I really like how the name page turned out. I think it just worked and came together well, so I continued this style into my 2026 year title page. I'm not sure how long this journal will last me. With the small size, I'm not sure if I'm going to end up using more pages per book or what will happen. So, I don't, and it could be that I absolutely hate the traveller size and have to switch out at some point, but kind of whatever happens, I want to be able to have a clear start of my 2026 reads and each year that I use in this book. I ended up not liking the lettering I did for the year, so I did fix it with some stickers. I have so many stickers, yet when I was making this spread, I realised that number and letter stickers are like the one thing I don't have in my collection. I don't use them that much, so I hadn't thought about it or to be used like this. Actually, I have now just remembered that I actually do have stamps, so I could have just used that. I will remember that for my daily journaling setup. For my bookish bingo, a lot of the things on here are the same as last year, because I just want to keep up with what I was doing last year. I feel like I branched out a bit with my reading and tried some new things and really enjoyed it, so I want to continue that. So the ones that are staying the same are read more of my physical TBR, try new genres, enjoy reading, and read more non-fiction. Back in 2024, I read no non-fiction books. However, here in 2025, I read 2 and I really enjoyed both that I read. One I read as an audiobook, and that was a really great method of taking in the non-fiction, as it kind of felt like I was listening to a podcast or a lecture and I really took it in. So I might try that again this year. Try new genres. I did this a bit, but I do want to branch out a bit further next year. As for my physical TBR, I did quite well on this until I got this great eBay deal for Juliet Murillo books, and now my physical TBR is quite long. I will have to show you more of this when I update my Notion page, as that's where I keep the track of the reading of my physical TBR. And yeah, I'm just trying to get it down. The thing is that I'm actually quite careful about buying books. I mostly buy books that I've read, unless it's by an author that I've read from before and liked, or if it's a second-hand copy. Most of the books on my physical TBR are second-hand charity shop buys or gifts, so I don't feel bad that I have them and I've not got to them yet. It's not a waste of money if the money went to charity, you know? It's quite a dangerous thought, as my village has a charity shop, bookshop, that's so good. It's literally 50p for a paperback and £1 for a hardback. Yeah, you can see where my shelf base goes. But I do want my bookshelves to be full of books that I actually enjoy, so I do need to crack on my physical TBR a bit more. A new challenge for this year is to read Middlemarch by George Eliot. I received this chunky classic as a birthday gift and want to make sure that I read it, especially as I've never read any of George Eliot's works before, and I really want to give her a try. I also want to read some of Charles Dickens' novels, or a Charles Dickens novel. I've read Christmas Carol and I think Great Expectations, but I'm not actually sure if I ever finished that. Either way, I want to read some more. My sister has gotten into his novels and says that whilst they are very wordy, they are good, so I do want to give them a try. Also on here is Percy Jackson. I have not read the original series since I was in school, so it's been ages. And I loved those books, and perhaps a little controversially, I really loved the movies too. So I want to reread the original series and continue on, as I haven't read all of the Heroes of Olympus series or the newer series that Rick Riordan has come out with. And annoyingly, I told myself that I couldn't watch the show until I'd started my reread, so I need to get to that pretty soon. In the same vein as the Percy Jackson books, I want to reread some of my other childhood favourites. I kept meaning to do this year and I never did, so I really want to read them and see if they still hold up and just enjoy them again. I love rereading and I have read many of my childhood books over and over again. I didn't have a load of books when I was younger, so I just spent my summers rereading the same ones again and again, and you know what, I just want to do it again. I do have a blank space on my bingo board, as I couldn't think what else to put, so if you have any ideas of what else I could put into my Bookish bingo, do comment them down below. I will read through what you suggest, and if I add any of them to it, I will post a picture of my completed bingo spread on the post tab on my channel, or I will show you in the next reading journal video. After a slight mishap, I'm so happy with how this spread turned out. It feels cozy and things tie in well together, despite me not planning this out. The original length of this video, before I sped it up, was like over an hour, so there were times where I was actually just staring at my stickers trying to pick out the right ones, but it turned out well in the end. Here's the finished pages. And thank you so much for watching. Do please like, subscribe and leave a comment. If you'd like to leave a comment but don't know what to put, leave a book emoji to let me know that you enjoyed until the end. Until next time, my lovely friends.